Nothing. Church of God, being a believer, actually, fact, we become a steward because now you are a Christian. When you are becoming a Christian, it's just an affirmation. Who was not them? I want that when God was giving Adam an assignment, the instruction that was given to Adam, it was not to be. So God said to Adam, Adam, you are going to take charge. You are going to be an administrator in the garden. In other words, whenever you are claiming not to be a steward, then let us take this verse, Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. Maybe let's begin on that one. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. God who created, not us. What other verse that emphasize? Listen to what David says in Psalm 100, verse 3. Because once we give God his position and remain where God has put us, then Christianity will be something that we'll enjoy. It's not going to be a burden. What it calls a burden is when we want to assume the position that is not ours. It becomes a stress. Whenever you're doing a duty that is not yours, you'll always be complaining. But when you're doing a duty, myself as a man, we are coming from, I think all Africans. My wife is not working. It's not a stress to me that is not working because I believe that it is my duty to take care of her. So it is her choice to. That is why women are very stressful when they are going to take care of the men because it's not their work. Their work is to support. That's it. So that is why whenever you're seeing many times in the families, when there is a divorce, it is because someone has assumed a wrong duty. So God gave me a duty that I am a man. You see, as we're giving the handkerchiefs, do you think women are being involved in the sweating side? It is the sin that has entered on the sweating of them. But the sweating, it has actual fact, it is for us. So I grew up with that one, that I have to take care of my family. Whether she's working or is not working, it's none of my business. Myself, I'm doing my job. That's how I was taught. Amen? So when we accept that God has created, we are creatures, then we are going to be fine in our Christian journey. Okay? The biblical concept of stewardship is, in an essence, an attempt to clarify the question of purpose of our lives by providing a particular self-understanding based on a personal relationship with a creator and the redeemer of the human race. Amen. So when you're taking the book of Psalm 100 verse 3, it says, know that the Lord, he is God. It is he who made us. For the boss, he will find a way of where he can put it. When the boss comes, says, here is your money. They were known by that one, but I don't know the current one now. I cannot say anything on that one. So the concept of stewardship is rooted in the biblical understanding that everything belongs to God, and humans are caretakers of his creation. You are what? Can you say it? That's it. The one who created, he gave us to be just caretakers. That's it. Stewardship is not, it's not always nice because people, they don't, being faithful, why we are being always reminded of being faithful, why? Then Psalm 24 verse 1 says, earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, the world and those who dwell therein. Belongs to who? So in other words, together with the gold and the diamond, we are all belonging to God. But God, in his selection, he chose you to oversee those things. Though you are overseeing those things, still are not yours. They belong to someone. Amen. Faithfulness in this context implies what? Loyalty. Friends, it's so painful that we are having people in our church that cannot be trusted. It's so painful. There implies loyalty, reliability, and trustworthy. It is not mere about performing duties, but doing so with integrity and commitment to God's will. Paul has described himself and other ministers in the church as stewards of the mysteries of God. So steward is someone who manages something that does not belong to him. For instance, a worthy man may give a trusted servant the job of managing his investment. That's what God has done to us. He has entrusted us with all talents. Anyway, including money. Amen. Okay, including finances. Let's take away the word maybe money, including finances. How can we conclude this one? The essence of stewardship is us being trusted. There are people. I move on because of my time. Every believer exercises of gift, time, and resources. That's according to Peter. Someone has read 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 10. Allow me to summarize this in this manner as we are closing now. Are we together? They've told me that after 12:30 you are sleeping. Bear with me. I'm finishing. They've told me. I know. Faithfulness is measured by consistent and what? And obedience. Revelation chapter 17 verse 14 says, they will make war on the Lamb and the Lamb will conquer them, for the Lord of Lords and the King of Kings. And those with him are called and chosen and faithful. God requires that his people must be faithful. God expects each and every member to be faithful and obedient. That's what God is expecting. The varied, someone I've quoted this one, open quote. The varied circumstances that we meet day by day are designed to test our faithfulness and qualify us for a greater trust. You know that we have some excuses. Forsake you of your heart. So you will find favor and good repute in the sight of faithfulness. Do not only be faithful when you're coming to church, to the community where you are living. Faithfulness is expected to you, not only the community, but be faithful even to your family. Let your family affirms that you are faithful. You know the family of Lazarus, Martha and Mary. Those two ladies, they were sure about their brother that when Christ will come on the resurrection day, the brother will be resurrected. If your family cannot confirm that one, remember that we are meeting here on Sabbath, ne? Not any time. Otherwise, it's board and some other things. But your family knows you, whether you are faithful or not. If there are people whom you will never run away from them, it is your family. To us as a church, it's fine. So that's why I'm concluding this one by saying, let not loyalty and faithfulness forsake you. Bind them about your neck. Write them on the tablets of your heart. So you will find favor and good repute in the sight of God and in the sight of men. May the good Lord bless you all. Amen.